Honorable Toralba, Honorable Chong, our um, regular floor leader.
Honorable Chair,
Yeah, before that, Mr. Floor, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Juan Pablo Noyga and the Honorable Sharif Mazin Hasin. Hasim, good morning. The Honorable Chong, also, our floor leader. The Honorable Ayan Sabihan.
good morning. Honorable Chair, let us continue with the visitors hour. I move for the suspension of the rule.
Rule suspended.
Next visitor, Honorable Chair, is Mr. Erwin Esto, Kagawad of the Ayon.
Okay, the Honorable Esto is recognized.
Honorable Kagawad, sorry.
May buntag sa tanan. May buntag sa atong Vice Mayor o sa nyo na tanan. Ang amuan lang diri sa Barangay Tiayon, kuan lang ni siya, follow up lang ni kay naadto naman ni Consul Jason. Ang amuan mong kung boundary conflict mong ni amuha. Problema na ni siya gikan sa paglingkod nako tong 2017. Problema na jud ni siya karon ang amuang Barangay Tiayon nagkagamay kay gikaon pod sa Barangay Veterans. Sa una pag abri anang City Hardware nakabutan jud na yan National Highway Barangay Tiayon. Tanan nga mga requirements na gikuha sa Barangay Tiayon dito nagkuha. Then karon pag human sa isa ka tuig Barangay Veterans na karon. Muna isa sa problema din namo jud mga panamo nga nagpamatuod nga Barangay Tiayon siya mga titulo sa yuta tanan diya kasi kanang mga balay diya tanan. Dayon diri po sa Pungko-Pungko padulong dito gikuha po sa Don Andres. Og sige kanis la og limpyo diya. Og dili na mo nilihokon as Barangay Council sa Barangay Tiayon basig magkagamay namong area. Kay ang veterans naabot na dito atong bitong naay imnanan diya nga hunters. Naabot na sila diya nga layo na gani kayo ang tang boundary. Nara ang boundary diri unahan na ng City Hardware, unahan pa. City Hardware ni unahan na kanay poste. Naay mga dagkong amo na maguna siyang gisubay pag dito pod sa ini boundary pod sa Magdaop ug sa Don Andres, layo pod gyapon kayo. Maya mo atos la sa Pungko-Pungko. Ana ba nga mo among gud ni kay na kuan mo gud mi tax mapping mo gud mi ani kay simpre gusto pud ang Barangay Tiayon nga mo dako pud ang NTA National Tax Allowance namo ba. So mo na nga magpatabang mi diri sa inyo ha. Diri sa inyo ha nga matabangan mi ani nga problema ha. Kay amo na atong mga gikan karon mga duha ka tuig na joint session mi sa Barangay Veterans. Amo ang gitakil dito, wala ra gyapon siya. Wa gyapon siya na sulbad ba. So mo na nga nag-initiate si Consul Jason ng ari dire. So follow up ko karon kay as a committee sa Ways and Means gusto man mi nga ma-approve to amo ang kuha na mo nga kaning update na mo sa amo ang revenue code nga sunod tuig unta nga makuha na namo diya mismo ang mga tao diya mga karaan o kaning mga balay diya pangutan nyo barangay tiayon yun na siya pero na-restore sila sa veterans kanang mga lugar diya. So mura na mo ang gisangat diri nga problema nga hangyo sa inyo nga matagang pagtagad ang duha ka barangay kining veterans ug ang tiayon nga mag-abot bitaw or ma-settle ni nga problema kay ang hunters karon lungog na mo dito nanguliksyon na po sila dito. Padulong dito sa hunters. Na mo na og dili na mo lihokon. So mo lang na mo ang request Mr. Chair og sa mga SB member.
Okay,
Daghang salamat.
Honorable Chair.
Okay, sige. As for the information of the Honorable Esto and the Honorable Cho, I think during the previous session, I think with the presence of the Honorable Cho, I think this matter was already referred to the Committee on Land Use. So may we ask for any updates?
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
I move to amend the referral last session. That is to include the assessor office under the land use, the Committee on Land Use on the referral.
Okay, may we ask the committee chairperson for the updates of the concern of the barangay officials of Barangay Tiayon?
Mr. Chair, the concern of Kagawad Esto and Kagawad Chong was referred to the Committee on Land Use. And the Committee on Land Use is have the intent to render already the committee report today. But however, with the concern of Honorable Chong to include the municipal assessor, under, no? We have there the MPDC, and today we will include the municipal assessor's office. So with that, Mr. Chair, rest assured, on the next regular session, we can render the full committee report regarding that matter, Mr. Chair.
Okay, well noted. Honorable Toralba. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
sige. Next visitor, Mr. Florida.
Honorable Chair, we have here the next visitor in person of Lady Grace De La Torre.
Okay, ma'am, go ahead.
Ang ako lang kay kanang mga ilang ko ginabang miskag gamay para sa ko ang card kay dili man gud nako malukat akong card og dili nako mabayan akong balance.
Okay. Sige. So, may we ask sa staff nato to kindly facilitate the collection of for the assistance of Miss De La Torre.
Honorable Chair, the least but not the least, Julius P. Alabata.
Mr. Alabata, you're now recognized. Kindly be at the rostrum.
May butag sa tanan, mga uban sa mga konsyales ni Vice Mayor Ramses Troy. Na ako karon dire, tayo lang ko gamay tabang sa ako ang financial sa among panimalay tungod kay di pa kay ko katrabaho. Tungod kay sa pila kay gayon ako nga pagsikripisyo sa ako ang sakit. Karon last na jud nako nakuha na jud ang ako ang tube sa tiyan. Muna yung dako kay pasalamat sa mga konsyal uban sa mga kwan labi na ni Ramses Troy. Vice ako kay tabang na ako. Ako karon nagpakaulaw lang jud pugog hangya dire sa uban para lang sa mga financial na ako yung mga anak. Di pa kay ko katarbaho tungod kay na pa kay ko igi sa ako ang tiyan. Taga
Okay.
barangay Lumbi ako. Guys,
Okay.
salamat.
Sige. Again, I would like to request some staff of the this August body to kindly facilitate the collection for the assistance.
Honorable Chair, that's the last visitor recorded here. Any other visitors?
Very good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning to the members of the Sangguniang Bayan. I'm Ryan Buak from the DPWH Planning and Design Section.
Okay.
So we were DE invited by your secretary to tackle the status of the rotonda.
Okay.
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 We regret to say that we are not the one implementing that rehabilitation. It was funded by TIESA, and after the completion of that rotonda, we turned it over to the TIESA, and I think TIESA
Provincial
turned it over to the provincial office. However, since there were concerned that there is no lighting at night during the rehabilitation, so we will just write the provincial office so that since the highway is our concern, we will just tell them what our concern will be.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay?
I'd like to ask the Honorable Toralba, since you were the one who invited their presence for this morning. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, thank you, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
With regard on the ongoing construction of the rehab of
Rehabilitation.
Rotonda, we are so concerned because during nighttime it's so dark.
Yes.
Now it's so dark. I think the connection of electricity is being cut off. So
Okay.
during nighttime, sir, there's so plenty of accident.
Okay.
Siguro sir, parang isang buwan na yata yung nag-stop yung construction.
Okay.
Hindi ba sa yan sir, sa DP?
No,
We got wrong with our invitation in your office?
yes, actually the rehabilitation is implemented by the province.
Okay.
So our DE instructed us to write the provincial engineering, so to make them aware that the rotonda is dark at night, so with minimal lights, so that will be a cause of accident. So we will just inform them to let the rehabilitation be well lit at night, so that the commuting public will be at ease in driving at night.
Sir, thank you, sir. Kasi if possible, the soonest time, sir, no?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we already dropped a letter
Okay, sir,
to the
thank you.
province. Opo.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your presence.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir,
Mr.
for okay, next. Wala na. May we proceed, Mr. Floor Leader, with the privilege hour?
Your non-privileged hour. Is there anybody among the members of this honorable chamber who wishes to avail of the privilege? Please raise your hand. Is there anybody? Since there's none, honorable chair. Through with the
May we
privilege
proceed,
hour.
Mr. Floor, with the reading of the minutes of the previous session. Same time for the approval of the minutes of the previous session.
Honorable Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the previous minutes of the previous session and at the same time move for its approval. I so move, Honorable Chair.
It has been moved and duly seconded by the Honorable Sabihon. Discussion? Any amendments? Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved. Madam Secretary, for the reference of business.
Hello. Okay, for the reference of business calendared on under the communications, we have here the annual budget for CY 2024, Barangays Don Andres, and SK Supplemental Budget Number 2 of Barangay Maas.
Honorable Chair, I move that this item be referred to the Committee on Appropriation.
I refer this matter to the Committee on Appropriations.
Item B, we have here duly endorsed from the Municipal Mayor. It's a copy of the MOA to be entered into by and between LGU IPIL and the Provincial Government of Zamboanga, Sibugay for the implementation of the Inter-LGU Cooperation under the Universal Healthcare Act or RA 11223.
Honorable Chair, I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on Rules.
Refer to Committee on Rules and Ordinances.
Item C, we have here a copy of the answer or counter affidavit of Maria Lourdes Banlog, Puno Barangay of Lower Taway, and the respondent in the complaint filed by Ms. Jean Tulabukon on the abuse of authority and conduct of unbecoming a public official.
Honorable Chair, I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on Good Government.
Refer this matter to the Committee on Good Governance.
Item D, we have here a copy of the audit observation memorandum from COA addressed to the Municipal Mayor, attention Vice Mayor and the Chairman Committee on Environment, Mr. Felix Badon Menro, and the Solid Waste Management Board for the non-compliance of the municipality on the implementation of RA 9003, particularly Section 24, requirements for the transport of solid waste with minimum standards and requirements.
Honorable Chair, I move that this item be referred to Committee on Environment.
You refer this matter to Committee on Environment.
Item E, we have heard the invitation from the PCL for the third series of quarterly continuing local legislative education program on September 9 to 11 at Cagayan de Oro City.
For your information.
Item F, we have here a copy of memorandum from the Office of the Municipal Mayor, subject schedule of technical budget hearing to be held at Mayor's Office Conference on September 5 at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's tomorrow.
Okay, for your information.
We are now the committee reports. Sir.
Sir Floor, may you proceed with the committee report.
We are non-committee report. Is there anybody among the honorable members here who has committee report? Please raise your hand. Or shall I begin with Honorable Ramos? Any committee report?
Yeah, thank you. I have one committee report number 428. Subject applications for accreditations of prepaid veterans post Sambuanga Sibugay Veterans Federations of the Philippines, APL Sambuanga Sibugay. The Committee on Cooperatives and Livelihood, to which was referred, the subject applications for accreditation for the Sangguniang Bayan of APL has been reviewed as to the compliance of the requirements submitted. The committee is in its review action found out that the association has a good intentions in uplifting the living conditions of the members of the family. I therefore move for the adoptions of the committee report number 428.
Second, Honorable Chair.
Okay, it has been moved and duly seconded for the adoption of the said committee report. Any discussion, objection? There being none, the motion, hereby proceed.
I also move to pass a resolution accrediting the veterans post Zamboanga Sibugay Veterans Districts Veterans Federations of the Philippines before the Sangguniang Bayan of People this municipality. So,
Second, Honorable Chair.
Discussion? Any amendments, objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved. Next.
Any more committee report? Honorable
have-
Noiga, Honorable Apid, Honorable Catalonia, Honorable Sabion, Honorable Hasim, Honorable Dangpalan, Honorable Roy Olegario, Honorable Turalba.
Yes, Mr. Flor, thank you.
Honorable Chair, I move that Honorable Turalba be recognized
Leader
for
Alba.
committee report.
Committee report number 427 of the Committee on Appropriation and Finance. The subject is the LDRRMC Resolution number 5, series of 2024, of which requesting to the Sangguniang Bayan for the approval of the LDRRM Fund Investment Program for the year 2025 of the Municipality of Ipil. The remarks and recommendations, the Committee on Appropriations and Finance, to which the above subject matter was referred for review. After review, the committee find it appropriate, thus recommending for the approval of LDRRMC Resolution number 5, series of 2024, of LDRR Fund Investment Program for the year 2025 of the Municipality of Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay. Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of this committee report number 427.
Second, Honorable Chair.
Okay, it has been moved and duly seconded. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, I move for a resolution approving the LDRRMC Resolution number 5, series of 2024, the LDRRM Fund Investment Program for the year 2025 of the Municipality of Ipil. I so move and submit, Mr. Chair.
Second, Honorable
Okay, it has
Chair.
been moved and duly seconded. Discussion? Any amendments? Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, another, before the continuation of my committee report, Mr. Chair, I move for a 1-minute recess.
Okay, recess.
The light.
For 3-0 on the Committee on Appropriation and Finance. The subject is the SK supplemental budget of Barangay Makilas amounting to 263,650 pesos and 70 cents. The Barangay supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Gituan amounting to 50,000 pesos. And the SK supplemental budget of Barangay Magdauk amounting to 496,656 pesos and 14 centavos. The remarks and recommendations of the Committee on Appropriation and Finance, to which was referred the SK supplemental budget of Barangay Makilas amounting to 263,650 pesos and 70 centavos. The Barangay supplemental budget of Barangay Gituan amounting to 50 pesos, and the SK supplemental budget of Barangay Magdauk amounting to 496,656 and 14 centavos has been referred to the Local Finance Committee through the Municipal Budget Officer for technical review and preliminary review. After review, it is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective upon its approval, subject to the posting requirements under Section 59 of RA 7160 and further subject to the conditions cited in the Local Finance Committee review. In the implementation of its budget, the local government unit must ascertain adherence to the fundamental principles enumerated in Section 305 of the Code. It is understood that the review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. The committee hereby recommends for its approval, provided that compliance with the foregoing in the execution of the budget shall be the sole responsibility of the implementing barangay government, using the standard guidelines or procedures in the budget execution phase prescribed under the budget civil service laws, budgeting, accounting, and auditing rules and regulations. Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of the committee report number 430, 431, and 432, Mr. Chair.
Second motion. Duly seconded. The motion is hereby carried.
Mr. Chair, I move for a resolution declaring operative in its entirety the supplemental budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Makilas amounting to 263,650 pesos and 70 centavos. I so move, Mr. Chair.
It has been moved and duly seconded. Discussion. Any amendments? Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Another resolution, Mr. Chair, declaring operative in its entirety the barangay supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Gituan, this municipality, amounting to 50,000 pesos. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Seconded motion. Duly seconded. Discussion. Amendments? Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Another resolution, Mr. Chair, declaring operative in its entirety the SK supplemental budget of Barangay Magdaob amounting to 496,656 pesos and 14 centavos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Any more committee report?
There are still, Mr. Chair, on the Committee on Appropriation, Committee Report number 434. The subject is the request of the Honorable Office of the Municipal Mayor for the LGU counterpart for CICL at DSWD Presi Bahay Pag-asa, Ipil Heights, Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay, for the month of July 2023 to December 31, 2023, amounting to 33,051 pesos and 15 centavos. And the LGU counterpart for 8 CICL at DSWD Presi, RRCY Bahay Pag-asa, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte, for the month of October 2023 to December 31, 2023, amounting to 99,700 pesos. The remarks and recommendations of the Committee on Appropriation, to which was referred the above subject matter, find it appropriate, and further the municipal budget officer of this municipality certified that the local council for the protection of children, the LCPC of the local government, has an available balance for LGU counterpart as of August 2024 in the amount of 328,975 pesos. Further, the Committee on Appropriation and Finance find it appropriate and thus recommending for the approval of these two concern of the MSWD of our municipality. I so move, Mr. Chair,
Second the motion.
for the adoption of the committee
For
report.
the adoption. Duly seconded. Discussion. Any objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, I move for a resolution authorizing the amount of 30 33,051 pesos and 15 centavos for the CIC, for the LGU counterpart for CIC at the DSWD Presi, Ipil Heights, Ipil Zamboanga, Sibugay, for the payment for the month of July 2023 to December 31st, 2023. And the LGU counterpart for HCICL at DSWD RRCY Bahay Pag-asa, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte, amounting to 99,700 pesos. That would be a separate resolution, Mr. Chair, for these two concern. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, it has been moved. And any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Another resolution, Mr. Chair, on the Committee on Appropriation, Committee on Rules, Ordinances, and Resolutions. The subject is endorsed from the Office of the Municipal Mayor, the letter request of the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development Regional Director Roland Pieta for an amendment of the approved Memorandum of Agreement of page 4 of 11, Section 2, by virtue of Resolution number 03-492-2024. The remarks and recommendations of the Committee on Rules, Ordinances, and Resolutions, to which was referred the Memorandum of Agreement for possible amendment. In the previous session, the August body already approved a resolution approving the Memorandum of Agreement, and the Mayor has been also given the authority to sign the same. The request of the DSUD has reference to the bipartite Memorandum of Agreement between LGU and a private developer, the Arsant Engineering Company, for the 4PH project in the municipality. Please acknowledge that once agreement has been approved, it has already a binding effect. As to amendment of the amount per unit from 1,325,000 to 1,145,438 pesos, the committee find it immaterial and irrelevant, considering the amount involved was already approved by the DSUD, and whatever adjustment or amendment should pass through the process. The committee therefore is recommending to dispose the said request and put this on file for future reference. I move for the adoption of this committee report number 435, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Discussion? Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Another committee report, Mr. Chair, a joint committee report on the Committee on Rules, committee report number 436. The Joint Committee on Rules, Ordinances, and Resolutions, and Committee on Trade and Industry. The subject is the endorsed letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor, a resolution from Lower Ipil Heights Barangay Council requesting for the revocation of business permit and or closure of Tipsy Resto Bar located at Purok Makugihon, Lower Ipil Heights, this municipality. The remarks and recommendations, a joint committee hearing both on rules, ordinances, and resolutions, and the Committee on Trade and Industry convened on September 3, 2024, and discussed the merits of the resolution of Barangay Lower Ipil Heights Council for a revocation of business permit and or closure of Tipsy Resto Bar. Suggestions and discussions were thoroughly deliberated, and both committees is recommending to remand back the said resolution to Barangay Lower Ipil Heights, for it reveals that it didn't pass through a process of the first level justice system, which is the barangay justice, who also plays an important role in dispute resolution that generally covers among residents. So, Mr. Chair, with this, the Committee on Rules, Ordinances, and Resolutions, and the Committee on Trade and Industry strongly recommending to remand back the said resolution of Barangay Lower Ipil Heights for proper disposition, Mr. Chair. I move for the adoption of the committee report, Mr.
Second.
Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion? Objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Another committee report, Mr. Chair, on the Committee on Housing and Land Use and Housing and Land Utilization. The subject is the request of Dr. Perley P. Sibud Jr., the owner of the Sibugay Central Park Hotel and Resort located at Purok Sambag, Veterans Village, Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay. The request is for reamendment of the area. He is applying, instead of 30,986 square meters, it will be reduced to 10,000 square meters for the reason that he cannot afford the payment of cash bond, which is mandatory for the approval of land conversion from agricultural to commercial. The remarks and recommendations of the Committee on Housing and Land Utilization find it was referred for review. After review, the committee find it appropriate and consistent, thus recommending the said request of Dr. Perley Sibud Jr. for reamendment of the resolution that was approved by this honorable August body. So, Mr. Chair, I move for this committee report number 437.
For the adoption.
I move for the adoption, Mr. Chair.
In second to the motion. Duly seconded. Motion is hereby carried.
Mr. Chair, I move for a resolution amending resolution number 03485-2024 by reducing the land area of 30,986 to 10,000 square meters, Mr. Chair. For the reason that the requestor cannot afford the payment of cash bond, which is mandatory for the approval of land conversion from agricultural to commercial. I so move and submit, Mr. Chair.
In second to the motion. Duly seconded. Discussion. Yes.
Nalagay comment. The actual area developed is 3 hectares. Muna magdako magkagin ang area niya. So, he is already developing the 3 hectares portion, pero on the process of development pa na siya. Now, he requested for the reduction of the area to 1 hectare only, pero the actual development is 3 hectares. So, di ba, kuha na siya? Murag dunay, ansa na? Tawag na to, not complying with the kuan ba? Kaya,
You mean to say discrepancy?
kaya nga rason ragod, dili magka-comply, dili magka-bayad. Kaya dako ang kuan, pero the actual area developed is 3 hectares. Muna rason nga, request for the reduction of the area, amendment of the previous resolution na to.
To Honorable Ramos means discrepancy on the application for development.
Di man siguro discrepancy, pero ang akong lantaw diha nga if the proponent is continuously developed area, the 3 hectares area, the 3 hectares portion area niya. Pero actually in his application is only reduced na one hectare.
Okay, so
I think there is a kuan ba?
are
May
you
semblance of
Or do you mean to say inconsistent? There is inconsistency.
okay, so are you where do you would like to address your query or your
I
clarification
I
to
think
the
I-
what? To the
to the
Committee
MPDC
chair?
siguro. Kung sa implication na. I think we can call MPDC this time para nga klaro ginato.
So maybe ask the committee chair.
Mr. Chair, thank you for the observation of the Honorable Ramos. With that, Mr. Chair, with the request of this honorable body to have our MPDC, may I move for a 5 minutes recess, Mr. Chair?
Okay, recess. regular session. Session be back to order. Mr. Floor Leader. Are we through with the committee report?
Honorable Chair, we're still on committee report. I think Honorable Turalba has a motion. Has a motion. It was seconded. And it is the one that is being discussed now, Honorable Chair. Further discussion, Honorable Chair.
Okay, the Honorable Toralba and the Honorable Ramos.
Mr. Chair, may I have the floor?
Go ahead.
Thank you. There was an inquiry coming from the Honorable Ramos to request the presence of our MPDC, but since our MPDC is not available at this moment, I am being the proponent, Mr. Chair, of the resolution. The sample representation is amenable that we will hold in abeyance the said motion, Mr. Chair, pending the presence of our municipal planning and development officer in the person of Engineer Nympha Diputado for further inquiry, Mr. Chair, of this august body.
Honorable Chair, I second the motion of
Duly
Honorable
seconded.
Turalba.
Discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Still on committee report. Any other committee report? Honorable Turalba, are you through? Are you through?
I am through, Mr. Floor. Thank you.
Is there any other committee report? Since there is none, Honorable Chair, we are through with the committee report. Back to our municipal secretary.
Madam Secretary.
Okay, on business for the second reading, we have here still laid on the table the ordinance declaring Bayan Kong Pinagmulan as official hymn of this municipality. This is being sponsored by Honorable Zarif Mazin Hazim. And B, we have the ordinance providing for the legislative records, tracking, and electronic data storage and access system development program in the Sangguniang Bayan, sponsored by Honorable Catherine Turalba.
Mr. Chair, I move for an ordinance providing for the legislative records tracking and electronic data storage and access system development program in the Sangguniang Bayan of this municipality. I so move, Mr. Chair, for
Second.
second reading.
To the motion for the approval for second reading. Duly seconded. Okay, discussion. The floor is now open for the deliberation, questions, queries with regards to this ordinance. Any questions, clarification?
Section 6, fill up yesterday. Ordinance siya, fill up pa ng section 6. Ordinance, fill up pa ng section 6. Section 6.
Any clarifications, questions? For the approval of this ordinance for second reading?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
just for clarification from the proponent of this ordinance aims not only to improve in terms of retrieval and storage of our data, but I would
Okay.
like to inquire if appeal na ba ni siya funds, no? In terms sa atong manpower, in terms sa ato ang computers o ang application.
Thank you. The purpose of this ordinance, dili nato masulod ang angay nato ipasulod unless otherwise approve ang ordinansa. So this is also a requirement of the DILG, no, as part of the SGLG.
Skill.
Sa scale, part sa scale. Then, as of now, we have this equipment of the paperless session, but we don't have ordinance to this effect.
Okay.
So, mauni siya ang purpose. So, on the future, it might be na atay gusto ipasulod ang atong buhaton, at least ready ang atong ordinansa.
Okay.
Pero nana ni sa Mr. Pero nana meaning ko programa ni sa
Yes.
kung sa matrack niyang kwan.
Yes,
Okay.
implement na
Wala
ta.
na siya.
But
Thank you, Mr. Ordinance.
Okay, any further questions, clarification?
On the other hand, Mr. Chair, we cannot allocate funds to improve our system unless otherwise we have the approved ordinance. Hindi na niya. Hindi na niya.
Napa? Like clarifications, questions? Any amendments?
Chair,
Yes.
I would like to ask the proponents.
Is that part of the amendment, Mr. Chair? Because you have already ruled.
Yeah.
No, it's not part of the
Is that for-
amendment. It's
would
only
like
a
to-
matter of clarification, siguro.
Sige, sir.
How is this isa mo to pag kaning operate, providing for the legislative records, tracking, and electronic data
Okay. As
storage access system.
Sir,
Siguro doon na tayo personnel nga mo.
Kana, sir. Sir, actually, sir, as we have discussed a while ago, this system is been already in place, operational, being handled by Mr. Buak. Ang kulang lang niya for as required by DILG is an ordinance. So, kani siya in place, na fundingan na, nanatanan. Operative na.
Na ba yung corresponding budget?
Nana gani, sir. Nana.
So as of this time, we do not know yet the budget. Pila yung kinahanglan nila, no? Para ma-operational siya.
Operational na siya, sir. In place na ang system.
In place na siya.
Nana, operational na.
Mr. Chair, may I move
Yes,
for
yes.
a 1-minute recess?
Okay, recess. Further discussions? We proceed with the amendments, period of amendments. Objection? There being none, the motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and let this matter be calendared on the next regular session, Mr. Chair, for the third and final reading. Thank you.
Okay, let this ordinance be calendared for third and final reading on the next regular session.
Item B3, we have here the adoption of Paling QR code program to be implemented in the municipality of Ifil. Again,
I move, Mr.
Sponsored by
Chair, to
Honorable
dispense the
Catherine
discussion And that it set again, Mr. Chair, in the next regular session still for second reading.
That is
Thank you.
ordinance be calendared for second reading on the next regular session.
We're now on other matters.
Other matters? Any announcements? The Honorable
Mr. Chair, other matters. I move for the suspension of the rules, Mr. Chair.
The rules suspended.
It came late. A endorsed letter from the Honorable Mayor. Please be informed that the 1% Local Council for the Protection of Children, or RA 9344 fund for fiscal year 2025 is amounting to 3,862,392. And let this matter, Mr. Chair, be referred to the Committee on Appropriation.
We refer to Committee on Appropriations.
Another letter, Mr. Chair, from our Municipal Social Welfare and Development Officer. There's a letter from the MSWD. The DSWD initiated a 3-year technical assistance and resource augmentation, or DITARA, plan that is designed to provide support to local government units in carrying out effective social protection and welfare services through non-monetary interventions such as capability building orientations, workshops, forums, and among others. In line with this, the MSWDO is requesting for a MOA for the above mentioned plan to be entered into by DSWD Field Office 9 with the LGU for the implementation of TARA plan. I move, Mr. Chair, that this matter be referred to the Committee on Rules.
Okay, refer to Committee on Rules.
That will be all, Mr. Chair, for my concern.
The Honorable Catalonia.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair. May I request that since Honorable Elias Tangpalan is already seated as in place of Honorable or the late Honorable Farida Tangpalan, that we reorg in terms of what committee he will handle.
Okay, may we furnish a copy to the Honorable Dangpalan, the copy of the
Chairmanship.
committee chairmanships, the previous committee chairmanships being held by the late Honorable Farida Dangpalan. Katong napas siya. And then maybe we will have this some kind of the reorganization on the next regular session. But for now, for the meantime, I request the Secretariat to furnish a copy.
For clarification, Mr. Reor on
Some committee chairmanship.
okay.
So that the Honorable Dangpalan will have a
Siya
committee to
mag-ipon
be
sa
chaired.
social services.
Si Honorable Oligario.
Dili.
Okay, wala pa man na,
siya.
siya may ni-take over sa
Okay.
kuan ni Kuan.
So ibalik na to.
So we will decide on kuan on the next regular session. So may I request for the presence for a kuan siguro complete attendance on the next regular session para ma-cater na to ang amendment sa mga committee chairmanships. So any more?
And last, Mr. Chair, I would like again to request for the presence of Engineer Kulan. I think we already gave communication for his presence on updates regarding our health center. Thank you.
Okay. Sige. So any more? Yes, the Honorable Sharif Masinas. Morning.
Regular session na lang natin.
I would like to inform to the all SB member na adi ay tay PCL celebration kanong Friday na tay motorcade human ang program is dito sa capital. I hope na makaadto ang kamot kinsay vacant.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Na ba na yung registration?
Na.
Okay, sige. I-furnish lang ang call
Yes.
communication para ma-charge nila silang
Friday,
trainings
8
and
o'clock
travels.
ang venue sa kuan is Airport Motorcade going to Capital.
Okay.
That's all.
So, any more
Sir Chair, thank you.
announcements? Group chat. Okay. Dear Walnoy,
Kano sa ka mag-meeting sa ato ang kuan for the civil service vice para sa civil service na
okay,
to
as being mentioned by Atelalay, 3 p.m.
3
3 p.m. daw.
8
Pero 3 p.m. Kuan lang, basi dili ko kaari kay napo ko'y meeting. Ug unsa lay kuan? Ikaw na lay preside sa meeting. Si Ate Lalay lay mo preside sa meeting kay napo ko'y meeting alas 3 gud. Ug unsa lay mga salabutan. Okay ra ko. There will ka? Yes, Honorable Ramos.
Kanang doon na pa ba tayo budget sa kuhat? I have a plan to mag-call for a public hearing in connection with our ad hoc committee bitaw na to. I-public hearing na to kay I referred this matter to kuha matuto nila nga kinanag public hearing. So our plan to dispose the old
Katong
old building
municipal.
i-public hearing gid ko no.
Bitaw.
dito na siguro ang public hearing after the proposal
Yeah. Malatag niya diri ang proposal.
malatag na ang proposal.
Yes, the resolution creating the ad hoc committee but ang plano ba sir? I-propose po diri.
Ang kuha sa committee nag-agree nga
For list.
So, public hearing ang come up.
Yeah, sa formulation sa for list, sir.
Okay, recess.
Yeah, sa formulation sa for list. Pag malatag na.
So I move to pass a resolution requesting Honorable Mayor Anamel C. Oligario to allocate funds for payment for the professional surveying services in the total amount of 140,000 to be conducted by a professional geodetic engineer on the lot occupied by the old municipal site identified as lot number 4053-B-3-C PSD 9-094-731 by TCT number 400-20-24-000-908 registered in the name of the municipality of Ipil located at Poblacion Ipil, Sambuga, Sibugay. Whereas, pursuant to Executive Order number 023, dated August 5, 2024, the Honorable Mayor created an ad hoc committee of 5 members to evaluate and submit the recommendations for the methodology sa methodology, and the proper disposition and monetization of the land occupied by the old municipal hall and building erected thereon, located at Poblacion Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay, in a manner most beneficial to the local government and its inhabitants. Whereas the said ad hoc committee in its first meeting on August 30, 2024 unanimously agreed to monetize the said property through lease to interested party for a period of 25 years. Whereas, inasmuch as portions of the subject land had already been donated and in fact are already occupied by government agencies or instrumentalities such as the TSA, Philippine National Police, and Bureau of Fire Protection, in order to determine and ensure the exact remaining area owned by the LGU available for lease. It was also agreed to hire a professional geodetic engineer to conduct a relocation survey, topographic survey, and subdivision survey in strict observance of the procurement law. Whereas, as a reference and guidelines in the conduct of a public bidding to determine the most reasonable and lowest bid price in contracting the services of a professional geodetic engineer. A consultation was made with the committee with a local practicing geodetic engineer for the purpose, who submitted to us the following estimates. Number one, relocation survey, 40,000. Topographic survey, 50,000. Dimension survey, 40,000. Total, 150,000. Whereas, under the procurement law and core rules and regulations, government units and its instrumentalities can only conduct public bidding for procurement of goods and services when there are funds and or budget allocated for the purpose. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second to the motion. Duly seconded. Discussion? Objection? Being none, the motion is hereby approved. Any more concerns? Other announcements? General Maker? If there's a motion for the adjournment? Duly seconded. The 111th regular session is adjourned.